Pictures and stories continue to file out from Australia about the devastating fires. This one, a satellite image from NASA, and as you can see, the smoke just billowing out for the number of fires burning along particularly the eastern side of the country. And I'm going to go over some comparisons from Australia wildfires and California wildfires, something that we've been talking about a lot recently with some of the catastrophic and biggest wildfires ever in state history. First of all, let's take a look at the three causes for Australia wildfires: climate change, potentially arson, and then this one, land management. We've been talking a lot about that in California. Are we clearing enough or doing enough to prevent the rapid spread of wildfires, considering the warmer, drier climate that we've been heading into? Speaking of drier, take a look at this satellite image. Not much going on throughout the entire country. We've seen some hit and miss showers here. Not enough, certainly, to put out any of the wildfires burning throughout the country. So a lot of personnel flying out from the states and other countries just trying to help in the efforts to contain some of those fires. And when I put this on here, you can see all the areas that they're dealing with wildfires all along most of the coastline, some inland as well. But how far does it reach? Take a look at the north to south miles that we cover all the way from Melbourne to the northern part of the country. That's roughly 1,800 miles. That doesn't even compare to California. You have to head all the way into British Columbia, past Vancouver, to even get that far across the west coast. So we're talking all the way from San Diego to Vancouver is about 1,200 miles. Imagine even farther north into Canada with fires burning all along the coastline. So now let's start to take a look at some of the conditions that are similar to the west coast of the United States and Australia. What are they dealing with in terms of these fires spreading and starting? Same weather concerns: winds and heat, low humidity, and dry fuels. Low humidity is going to be a particular concern, especially in the next couple of days with no rain in sight. And if anything, it's going to be very, very light. Images like this from the campfire are being seen in Australia as well, where day turns to night. So much smoke, you can barely see where you're going. GPS systems really not working much with electricity going down. And when we take a look at the comparisons in terms of acres, 2018 was the year that we had that campfire, and it was so devastating throughout the entire state. We had roughly about 2 million acres burned throughout the state of California. Now we take a look at about plus or minus 12 million acres burning in Australia. By some estimates, it's over 14 million acres right now, and it doesn't look like there's any end in sight. Also keep in mind the difference in the seasons. In Australia, we're coming up on the peak season from January into February and even parts of March before the rain really starts to ramp up there as they start to turn the tide to some cooler, wetter weather. Whereas in California, our peak season tends to be more September, October, November, until we start getting some of those more winter rains and cooler conditions. So we're really going to be flip-flopping things here as we head into the next couple of months.